If you are at a standstill in your relationship with a dismissive avoidant and you are refusing to walk away, you have come to the right place, because today we are talking about boundaries. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is Dismissible Me, where I speak only about dismissive avoidant attachment. So please hit the like button, subscribe, join the conversation down below in the comment section, and drop any questions that you would like to see me create a future video on in the comment section as well. Family, boundaries. One thing that I am continuing to see in the comment section with my big old forehead is this comment about, why does walking away have to be the option? And I'm not saying that walking away is the first or only option, but if you are unwilling to walk away, people understand that. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand or to read off of a person they don't have any boundaries. This video is going to sound like I'm speaking about just people with a dismissive avoidant attachment type, but really this is a universal rule and standard. When people understand that you will not walk away no matter what they do, there is 0.0 incentive for them to change. Why would I change when you're giving me everything I want and I don't have to do anything differently? Now, me personally, am I going to take advantage of somebody who's giving me a whole bunch and I don't want anything from them? No, because the consequences are too great. This person is going to, even though I'm telling them I don't want a relationship with them, they're still giving me relationship access to them. If I take that, if I take advantage of that, if I receive what they're giving, because when somebody says they don't want a relationship with you and you give them relationship access, they're not wrong. They just told you what they're not going to do. They're not giving you a title. They're not going to give you that energy, but you're still giving them that. I need you to understand that that person is only playing a small part in your being hurt. You are willingly allowing this person, okay, to take advantage of you. When somebody understands that they can't play with you, that you will walk away, that there's a deadline on when somebody needs to show improvement. Because here's the deal. You can't make somebody change. You cannot make somebody change. Somebody has to be wanting to change for themselves. So if you do not change your behavior, nobody's going to change for you. Do you understand that? I'm not trying to speak like I'm talking down to people, but I see it so frequently. And I answered this person's question yesterday under my video from yesterday, and they completely refused the information. And it's like, you know what? You do not have to enforce your boundaries. You do not have to walk away. You can hold on to that idea that good people don't walk away from people. Good people get taken advantage of every day, all day long, because they refuse to give up on people that have given up on themselves, that have given up on the relationship, that have given up or never even invested in you. I'm not telling you to walk away at the drop of a hat. I'm saying be direct in your needs. Be direct about what you want. What are your do's and don'ts? What are the haves and have-nots? What are your non-negotiables? I literally had somebody say, well, when you speak directly, it can cause friction. So you don't want friction. You don't want to speak directly. You don't want to walk away. How are you expecting this person to change? You're not. This person understands that you're desperate to have them. There's nobody, I repeat, there's nobody that I'm not married to. Because a lot of you are just dating people. You don't even have a title on anything. And you're trying to force somebody to change. A lot of you don't know the difference between somebody who's a dismissive avoidant, has a dismissive avoidant attachment style, and somebody who's not interested in you because you lack boundaries. Somebody with boundaries, somebody who's avoidant that is interested, okay, will do things, they'll make changes, they will compromise, because when people want something, they do things to have what they want. If I have what I want and I don't have to do anything, Or if you're going to give me everything while I'm in search of what I really want, why would that person change? I'm not about to take advantage of you. That's stupid, because I don't want you blowing up my phone. When I say I don't want a relationship with you, I'm saying that and my actions show that. I'm not taking anything from you. I think that's ridiculous. That's where we get into, that person is a user and a manipulator, but you allowed them to. You allowed them to. There are people that are users, and because of the system of people around them, they don't even know. So when you don't walk away, and these people have been enabled their entire lives, you become prey to them because they can sniff out, right? Who's for them and who's not, who they can play and who they can't. If you want somebody to change, you have to have boundaries. If you don't do this in X amount of time, I'm going to have to go somewhere else. Some of you have been dating people for 9 months. They won't put a title on it. In 9 months, you could have dated 2, 3, 4 other people and found your actual person. You could be almost getting married, some of you, in 9 months. You could have met your person. You've wasted time. You've wasted time because you're a good person that doesn't give up on people. You might not be a good person. There's a lot of manipulation in that. There's a lot of control in that. Just the way that sounds totally makes my chest tight. It gives me anxiety. There has to be boundaries. If you want, I'm just repeating myself at this point. It's how bad do you want it? Or do you just want to have access to a person? Is the goal just access, having this person pick up the phone for you, have face-to-face time, but not actually being satisfied in your relationship? I'm not saying this as a lay person. I'm a life coach with a specialty in emotional intelligence. That's where it's coming from. So not just personal experience, but schooling. I had to sit down for hours and hours and learn this, listen to this. This is real. When people understand that they can play with you because you think I'm a good person or you think they're a good person, and that's not to say that people that won't change aren't good people, but if they're not in a position to change, you need to read the room. It's like when somebody breaks up with you and you go, but we can still be friends. That's how you get blocked, because you're not reading the room. They just said no. So when somebody says they're not going to give you something that you need to feel fulfilled in your relationship, and you stick around because you're a good person, and this person's a good person, you know that, even though you don't know this person, and so you're gonna ride it out with them. You're a ride or die without a cause. You've invested nothing. The people that have invested, you have children with this person, you are married. I could see why it's hard for you to walk away and why it's going to take longer for you to do so. But at the end of the day, you have to do what is best for you first. If you're dating someone and they don't meet your needs, it's time for you to walk away. Some of you cannot walk away because you've already physically invested in situations. You physically invested in somebody way too soon, and now you have this unhealthy attachment to them. A lot of people don't understand the difference between love and attachment and trauma bonds and just liking chaos because you don't know anything different. If you ask me about enforcing a boundary and I give you an answer about, okay, it's going to be time for you to give an ultimatum, and you go, whoa, I don't do ultimatums. I'm not trying to control anybody. I'm not going to walk away. I want you to know that is controlling. That you are indeed trying to control the situation. You are indeed trying to keep this person in your life at this point. You're fighting to keep somebody in your life that's not fighting to be in your life. You can go back and forth with me in the comments, but I'm not dating you. I know that for a fact. I didn't do it to you. I can only give you the information. It is your choice to do whatever you want to do with it. But I guarantee you, if you speak directly, if you give clear cut responses, answers, definitions, okay? then you know somebody heard you. So when somebody doesn't do what you've asked them to do, when they do not meet your needs, you know it's time to go and you don't have to question it. I feel so much better now that I communicate my needs directly when I have to close a door because I know I laid it all out there. There's no question in my mind as to, well, what could have happened if things wouldn't have been different. I gave them the formula to be successful. They chose not to meet me halfway, or I chose not to meet them halfway because it wasn't in my best interest. This person was not for me. You have to walk away. And I've seen people in my other channel, they've been with somebody 18 years, 20 years. They never walked away. They were unsatisfied for that long. And most of these people aren't married. They lacked boundaries. No one was being held hostage. The only person that can give you closure is you. Stop hanging around for weeks and months trying to have a face-to-face conversation with somebody who's being a coward. Don't be a coward and expect, all right, don't be a coward and expect to get the results of a king or a queen that is demanding what they deserve. Don't give people the hint. Be clear. Speak up. Say it with your whole chest and mean it. Stand 10 toes down on what you say. Stand 10 toes down on your needs. Because I guarantee you that narcissists going to stand strong on those boundaries. They're not going to call you after a certain time, and they're not going to respond to you. They'll see you when they see you. That dismissive avoidant, that's not making any changes, right? They're not going to do that when they know you're not going. Why would they do that? Well, we've broken up several times and they keep coming back. They come back because they know that you'll let them. They know you don't have boundaries. That's not your soulmate. It's toxic, okay? Know the difference. If you want to talk to me about your situation, as that is the end of the video, there are email options. There are phone options now. Check it all out in the description box. Hit the like button. Let me know if you agree or disagree about our conversation about boundaries today. Check out my other videos. Find me on Instagram. Join us in the community section. And family, I'll be tapping in with you very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it real.